Listen, people's real character shows after you've helped them. The thing is, being generous and helping people is good, but you have to be careful about who you help. You might be helping an ungrateful person, and it's hard to recognize who's ungrateful until after you've helped them. The time you're helping them, you don't really see anything. That's when they're being nice to you. But it's after. It's their behavior after you've helped them. The thing is, not a lot of people are naturally humble. They're only humble because situations force them to be humble. They didn't choose to be humble. The humble ones who've been through thick and thin and they've succeeded and they feel to relax, that one's all right. But if someone's going through a tough situation, how can they be arrogant when they need help from people? So they're using tact, they're using wisdom to get help by being humble. So there's real humility and there's fake humility. People don't know the difference between low self-esteem and humility. A lot of people have low self-esteem, but you might think that they're humble. Watch when they gain a little bit of confidence, you'll see how they'll treat you. Watch when they get a little bit of money, you'll see how they'll treat people. Watch when they see a little bit of success and you'll see how they'll treat people. Real character doesn't show in bad situations because situations bring you down. Yeah. When you're sad and depressed, the last thing you're going to be thinking about is arrogance. Unless you use it as a cover up in front of people who are doing better than you. But when you're home alone and you're down thinking, stressed, you wouldn't have time to be arrogant. But when these people's situation improve, that's when you see the devil come out of them. That's when you see the monster come out of them. But not everyone reacts this way. People with true humility, they'll be humble during tough times and during good times. There's a lot of examples of fake humility. Like you go to a 9-to-5 job, you might not like your manager. You might think your manager's an arsehole, but you have to deal with that manager and pretend to be nice to that manager, even though they're rude and you don't like them. But you want to keep your job. That's why I'm saying you have an intention. Only because you want to keep your job, that's why you show respect to your manager. If you didn't need that job, you wouldn't really show respect to that manager or you'll walk away. Once you find a better job or you no longer need that job, that's when you start to stand up to these managers or you start defying them. That's when the real character comes out because you didn't like them anyway. You see, when I was a child, I always heard the phrase, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And I didn't understand what that meant. But what it means is that after some people get help from people, they'll turn around and act superior to them and start thinking they're bigger than them and start disrespecting them. The same person who's been helping them. And this behavior comes from being ungrateful. It comes from pride and arrogance and sometimes immaturity and ignorance. Because sometimes it's ignorance because some people don't know how to be grateful. It's not that they're ungrateful. Some people don't know how to show gratitude. That one's reasonable because maybe it's their upbringing or they didn't learn how to appreciate things. That's all right. But most of the time is ungratefulness and is pride and feeling entitled. A humble person will acknowledge what you've done for them and be thankful. They'll understand that they didn't achieve success on their own.